Do reusable straws suck? Hi everyone, Leah here. Welcome back to TopTube. Today, I'm going to be sharing one simple way I've recently honed my skills when it comes to becoming a more critical thinker and understanding and practicing nuance. These two elements are vital to the work of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and yet they're often left out of the equation. So I'll be exploring why they're important and how to apply them in practical ways. And if you're interested in expanding your knowledge of diversity, equity, and inclusion, we got you. Like, subscribe, don't forget to hit that little bell, comment below, and let's all learn together. Right, let's get back to critical thinking and nuance. Google defines critical thinking as the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue to form a judgment. And the definition of nuance is a subtle difference in or shade of meaning. Disability Pride Month just happened in July, so I'm going to share what I've learned about critical thinking and nuance when it comes to understanding disability. And I'm going to use the example of reusable straws. My question is this: do reusable straws suck? Let's explore why they kind of do. Single-use plastic has a big part to play when it comes to the issues the planet is facing against the climate crisis. And so many countries decided to stop using single-use plastic straws and replace them with paper straws, reusable straws, which were introduced to coffee shops, restaurants, and bars everywhere. To me, this did seem like a big win. But after speaking to a few of my disabled friends, I realized why it was actually a problem. When you think about it, paper straws fall apart too easily. So for people with limited jaw control, it doesn't actually work effectively. Reusable silicone straws are often not flexible, which is an important feature for people with mobility challenges. Reusable straws need to be washed, which not all disabled people can do easily. And reusable metal straws, which conduct heat and cold, as well as being hard and inflexible, can often pose a safety risk. There's estimated to be 1 billion people around the world who live with some form of disability. That's almost 15% of the global population. Now, I did some quick maths, and even if 1% of a billion people needed to use plastic straws because of their disability, that's almost 10 million people. That's a whole lot of people being left out because of their single-use plastic straw ban. So the penny-dropping moment for me was when disabled people use plastic straws, doesn't mean they don't care about the climate crisis. It means their needs and their priorities are different. When I put the lens of critical thinking and nuance onto the combined issues of the climate crisis and disability, I'm able to see that we're not looking at things holistically and actually how millions of disabled people are being othered. That's not okay. I never really thought about reusable straws this way. And to be honest, critical thinking isn't something that comes to me naturally. So I really just had to take a step back and get more details about the bigger picture. At the other box, we call this taking in more data points. It basically means getting more facts and information. That's what critical thinking is all about. So by taking in more data points, I was able to see how this widespread ban of single-use plastic straws could be a matter of life or death for many disabled people. It also highlighted to me that even in our intention to do good and to support a cause, we often forget about the impact of those who are marginalised. So that's a little lesson in how critical thinking can lead to nuance, which can lead to having more empathy. And it's something that can be applied to all areas of life, especially diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's what will allow us to have conversations with people who don't necessarily see the world the way that we do. It will allow us to create space to learn. At the other box, we always talk about progress over perfection. And today was just an example of how we focus on the progress that we're making rather than fixate on perfection. Now, this example of reusable straws comes directly from our newest course, Diversity Dictionary. It may have dictionary in the name, but it's not just about definitions. In fact, you'll learn 45 terms and phrases to really supercharge your diversity understanding, how to recognize, avoid, and speak up against microaggressions. You'll learn active listening skills, how to give and receive feedback, and how to take accountability, and how to apologize when you get it wrong when it comes to inclusive language. Do you like the sound of that? Of course you do. I've got a special YouTube discount for you waiting in the description box. Thanks again for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that little bell, and I look forward to continuing our learning very soon. Bye for now.